humans naturally violent, or is violence an unnatural result of contingent influences acting upon human nature, developed by flawed individuals as a response to a particular stimulus? To help in the contemplation of the aforementioned question, the words of R.D. Masters, a Nelson A. Rockefeller Professor of Government Emeritus at Dartmouth, reveals the complexity of determining an answer for such a query. Masters maintains, to understand human nature, it is necessary to distinguish carefully between the nature of the human individual, nature of society and states, and the nature of the species. Selfishness and altruism, participation in social groups, languages and cultures, and the rise and fall of centralized states can all be illuminated by the empirical evidence and theories in the life sciences. The explanation behind the matter of individual choice can be looked at in relation to human nature as defined by genetics, or human nature as developed over time by external influences. The foundations of politics can be examined parallel to the foundations of biological science, doing so by the emphasis on human nature. The proliferation of scientific research and its direct bearing on political theory cannot be avoided in the analysis of international politics from the perspective of science, technology, and world peace, without considering the matter of choice versus genetic destiny, or its biopolitical implications. Behavioral characteristics develop from the evolutionary origin of the individual's pleasure-pain calculus, or the limbic system, labeled by some as the seat of aggression. The seat of aggression allows behavior to be characterized as functionally biased from the environmental experience of the individual, an idea originally theorized by historical classics such as Plato and Freud. The seat of aggression, or the limbic system, is located low in the central brain and contains 3 groups of cells: the hypothalamus, septum, and the amygdala. Each group alters behavior when stimulated or damaged in a non-uniform manner, resulting from an increase or decrease in the presence of hormonal neurochemicals triggered by a particular stimuli. This affects the individual's perspective of aggression, based on their perception of situations such as social cooperation and the restraint of desire. This perspective of aggression is as natural for humans as the pursuit of individual pleasure. Human behavior itself is ideologically motivated on the context of the present or specific situation. The matter of genetic destiny over individual choice can be analyzed from 3 key perspectives: personal, political, and the resulting effects of this biological phenomenon. Personal belief in the idea of genetic determinism, or power of the genes, leads to diminished development of specific qualities, such as will, the capacity to choose, sense of responsibility for those choices, and overall lack of personal accountability. This causes a shift of blame from the individual to their genetic misfortunes. Political effects create biological determinism, presenting new ideas of public policy and debates, leading to an increased shift towards the dismantling of social programs, backed by the belief that cooperative interventions by governments are ineffective. These efforts can ultimately downplayed by the corollary idea that a cooperation between the individual societies creating a world cooperation cannot make up for the individual or state misfortunes. The combination of personal and political effects from the introduction of the matter of genetic destiny over choice leads to the overall resentment in replacement of sympathy for the disadvantaged or genetically determined misfortune. Ostracization then occurs, resulting rather than inclusion in most cases due to this developed resentment. Attaining the goal of world peace is to be done by replacing the current diplomatic attitudes with complete international and intercultural perspective. The idea behind this is to boost international cooperation, bridging the gap between global communities at the national and local levels, support and maintain biological and cultural diversity, overall improving human relations to achieve world peace through cooperation via the international organization of all nations and their people. Thank you.